Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and this is a look into the future, into some questions that some users have been asking me about Windows 10. Of course, there's always those rumors of other Windows 11 and 12 and whatever. It's interesting because we are at on a crossroads here of Windows, and one of the things for sure is that Windows is not going away anytime soon. And as for some of the changes coming to Windows 10, also we'll kind of answer that a little bit here. Of course, we did talk about the future of Windows 10 and talked about Windows 10X that would be coming next year, and that has been totally changed from a foldable device only operating system to now what is a desktop laptop operating system. And some of you have been asking the question of, do you think Windows 10 could be replaced by Windows 10X for regular users, or simply changed and totally replaced? Remember, Windows 10 has different versions that never really took off. Windows 10S, which is that, Windows 10 kind of lockdown mode. We don't hear about that much. Although it still exists, it's not something that we hear anymore because it's kind of a failed system. It reminds us of when Windows 8.1 and Windows 8 came out. Actually, they had kind of a spin-off called Windows RT. Windows RT devices ran on ARM, and one of the things that happened with Windows RT is that a lot of people didn't understand that regular apps, where the everyday programs they use, would not work on that. They tried to download Google Chrome and found out that that doesn't work. Which was a very bad idea, honestly. They never should have released that. It probably helped also in making Windows 8 an operating system people didn't like. For the Windows 10, Windows 10X operating system side of things, we still have no idea really exactly how it's going to run and how it's going to be, so we can't speculate. And thinking of all the spin-offs of Windows 10 that never worked, it could be just one of those, let's try Windows 10X thing, and end up, at the end of 2021 or in 2022 thinking, well, that was something that never worked. Microsoft has a lot of those, and that's the future, that's for sure. A lot of people have been asking me of how what I think of the future of Windows 10 as we'll go by over time. I am a fan of Windows 10. I like Windows 10. I like the way it is. There are some things that are not perfect, like every operating system, but it is, in general, a nice operating system. There's no... In 2025 and even in 2030, I bet you Windows will still exist. And the reason why is because enterprise use that, and unless there's some really major change in how enterprise do things, I can't see Windows going away, really, because it's the main driver of enterprise. And, out of that 1 billion, because there's more than 1 billion Windows 10 machines out there, a big part of it is enterprise. Where things change is probably more on the consumer side. As we evolve and as we change, I see that every time. I see that more people are just saying, well, you know what, I don't really need a computer, actually, because they have either a tablet, or for a lot of people, their phone does what they want, and they don't see the need for a computer. So it's more on the consumer side where things are changing. But Windows 10 will be there and will stay, and Windows will be an operating system for a long time to come. That's for sure. One of the questions other people are asking, because there's always somebody on the channel saying, well, that's why I moved to Linux and blah, blah. And the other day I had a comment, somebody saying, well, you're wrong. Linux is taking over. Linux is not taking over. Linux is at around 2% of the operating systems around the world. It's always been around 1 to 2%. It's not increased at all. When people say, well, Windows 10 and stuff like that, or the problems that I see, and yeah, of course, it's the problems that's always something very, very difficult to quantify, because of course you see more problems with Windows than you would see with other operating systems, because it's 90% of everybody around the world using this. There's a lot more people complaining, even when a very small percentage have a problem. There's a lot of complaints on Macs going, having problems. I have a friend of mine, 3 MacBooks, 2 of them, one crapped out with electronics and it's super complicated. The other one is in an update didn't go well. I mean, no, it's not true that Macs are, perfect and everything upgrades and nothing is broken. There are a lot of people complaining out there. It's interesting because there's a ton of people on Windows 10 that have updates, all of these updates, and never have problems. A lot more than people think. People think it's problematic to upgrade, when in reality, the majority of everybody is always upgrading without any glitches. That's something to know. But anyways, the future is still going to be Windows, that's for sure. One of the things also that a lot of you have been asking me, that famous control panel. Is it going away? Is it going to be gone next year? There's still too many settings and too many things in the control panel for this to go away. It is not going away anytime soon. Slowly, some changes are going to the settings app, and that is where a lot of the settings, Microsoft wants to put all of the settings there at some point, but there is simply too many things still in the control panel. We haven't heard much about it, but one of the rumors is that in 21H1, the next version next year, some of these things will be hidden from view because they will be in the settings app. It's kind of a Microsoft way to have you go into the settings app rather than going here. And for a very simple reason. A lot of the settings here actually bring you into the settings app now. So that's why they want to send you there for some stuff. But, I can't see the control panel going away, that's for sure. Not for a foreseeable future, that's certain. As for Windows 11, 12, and everything, there's absolutely zero plan at Microsoft for a new operating system that would go beyond Windows 10. Windows 10 is the evolving operating system that they have. Once again, I still get this year, this month is 5 years of Windows 10. 5 years. And I still get people saying, so when will it be finished? Well, it doesn't work like that. Windows 10 is not Windows 7 or Windows XP, where you had a version and that was a version. This is a system that they, upgrade and add features and change things around as time goes by. And that's it. They aren't giving a new version. They are just upgrading and changing things on the actual version. Now, sometimes for good, sometimes for bad, sometimes we don't even notice. But it's something that happens. And that's what is going to be the future of Windows 10. For the other things, well, Windows 10 on ARM right now is not a very popular thing. Will it eventually be something really important? I'm not sure for now, because it looks more like another Windows failure than a success story. So, and a lot of it has to do with Qualcomm also not having maybe the powerful chips that are needed for Windows 10 to run, because Windows 10 is that big operating system. It's not like a lightweight thing. You can run some types of operating system on ARM because they are lightweight. Windows is not lightweight. Windows is a big operating system. It's a big chunk with legacy code. It doesn't run well unless you've got some really powerful hardware. And ARM processors, maybe eventually, because they are getting, they are powerful and they are getting more and more powerful. But there will be a need for this to be done in a certain way, that's for sure. Especially if you run it in kind of a emulation world where you want Windows to work as it is and have all the software that you want, but in the ARM environment where it's not supposed to run. So that means that it needs to emulate. It makes it very complex for an ARM Windows 10 machine to really run well. So the future is still Windows, and it's going to be Windows for a long time. And it's mostly because of enterprise. On the user side, it's a different thing. There's going to be some, that for sure there's going to be some changes on the consumer side. And actually, I'm looking a lot at that because this channel going forward, it says Windows and computers. Sometimes I might want to change the name to something a little more interesting, because this channel will adapt itself to whatever future we have. So if the future runs on something else, of course, we'll have Windows videos, but we'll have videos of that other world of wherever we're going. This is something that I plan to do on this channel, so that this channel will always be kind of up to date to not just Windows, but whatever technology we're all moving to. I've resisted a lot the idea of doing Android videos here because, it is the #1 operating system around the world. Actually, it beats Windows in the amount of people using it. And I could have added that side to here, but for now I kind of resisted and thought that maybe it would be better on its own spin-off channel, which is not taking off, but I'm not also doing a lot of videos. And Android is a very different beast to talk about because Windows, you have the basics, they're all the same on everywhere. Android, every company has its own tweaked version. So what you show on one phone is not the same on another phone, even if you have the same version of Android. That makes it darn complicated to make videos. So, that is something that, of course, the future here is that. And also, the summertime is that time when I actually think about what I could do on the channel here. One of the things that I would ask everybody is, what would you like to see on this channel that maybe I'm not doing videos about? What would you like me to talk about more? And we'll see and adapt and try, because we'll try to make this channel grow even faster. It's growing at a healthy pace, and I'm happy of how it's going. But we can make things even more interesting and even better. So you can leave the comments below. Always make sure that you leave good comments, helpful comments. If you say, well, that's crappy, your comment is not staying there. You wasted your time because you're not even saying anything. It's just, it's more spam than anything else. If you use the F words or bad words, I am not, the S word, I'm not leaving your comment here. Unfortunately, there are some people that write nice comments, but have to add a F word or a S word in it. And they're mad because I removed their comment. Well, I removed it because of your language, not because of the comment. So be careful in the way that you put your comments. And give me suggestions of things you'd like to see more. And we'll, of course, take note of all of this and try to orient the channel as it goes and make it more helpful for everybody. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.